Hello guys, welcome to another video on this channel. Today I will be playing a very fun list, which is Spelatel Necker. It's also very strong, I got a very good score with it so far. It's a super greedy list. As you can see, it has pretty much exclusively engines and special cards. We have the buffed Johnny and Sarah that got buffed a few balance cancels ago. Obviously Whisperers, we also have Alzur and Francesca, and Golden Necker, of course. So with this list, usually you want to mull specials like Runestone, or I mean, we could maybe keep one Harvest. We have enough specials in the deck for the Necker, I guess. But yeah, I usually tend to mull like some of the specials, because you don't want to play too many of them round one, because then it could make your Necker awkward, especially as in some games you can go for double Necker. I mean, in most matchups it's not possible, that's why I kept the land in hand, because I would probably rather just use it here to tutor the Kree or South. But in some matchups where you know that opponent is not gonna have an answer for Francesca, like for example versus Melitele or Harmony, you can try to go for the double Necker play. This I expect to be Shupe Erland after this first place. Opponent will just have a big unsafe to deal with Francesca, so I'm not gonna focus too much on going for double Necker. This is an interesting matchup. I mean, I do not have an answer to Muta Generator. My opponent doesn't have too much control on the other hand. So we will see how it goes, I guess. I think I want to play the Seer here. I mean, opponent, as I said, shouldn't have pretty much any control round one for my cards, other than like high roll from Rune Mage and the Unsays. And I guess potential Temple Pulse. He gets a lock from this, that's fine, because I have an unlock. It's not that big of a deal. Slightly annoying, because I could have used this Aguara as to lock something he gets from Temple, but oh well. We'll just use it to purify here. Opponent shouldn't run any other locks. This deck can't really fit the 6 provision locks like the Margarita or Doregere. It's pretty tight on provisions. Also, I don't like that Tanka so far is solely focused on Francesca, because this Francesca is gonna get slammed by Unsays anyway, so making her taller doesn't help. It just gives more value to the Unsays. Like, opponent gets a Viraxas, Shani, and Donimir, of course. Temple, very balanced card. Obviously, Viraxas is very annoying, especially. But oh well. I think I'm gonna go for Whisperer here. I mean, opponent shouldn't really have an answer to this card, so I can just float it like that. Okay, and Danka just exclusively keeps going on Francesca. Okay. Great. Love it. I played the Sorceress as well. I think we want to go Orb, buff the Seer, buff the Sorceress. Try to spam some tempo on the board. And maybe force Unsays out. Like, I might just pass after that and try to force Unsays out. If opponent wants to keep playing, okay. That's fine, that's whatever. It's not an issue. Would be an issue if he got Alzur, Sirinova, or like any of these engines. That's honestly one of the best rolls we could have hoped for. I think the only better roll for me would be him stealing a Runestone, maybe. Because I think Harvest should be better than Runestone. So that's actually very lucky for me that he stole that Harvest. Alright, let's go for this. I will take the backup plan, I guess. let's just take this. And yeah, I might pass. I mean, I could also win on even by spending my orbs with the harvest. And I'm not sure that's what I would prefer. Ooh, okay. I mean, opponent banished the orb that was about to come out, so now that changes things a bit. I might actually play the harvest now. Yeah, I think I like it. I mean, for tempo reasons, it doesn't matter what I pick here. All of these cards are for tempo. Like now it's even harder for opponent to catch up. And if I would win on even, then I could just dry pass and then play the Francesca after my opponent plays his last card and then play the Necker or something like that. But now I think I just pass. I mean, opponent pretty much has to spend Unsays, and Unsays is... So he played a Temple as his 4th card, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So he had 6 cards. So Unsays is at 11, I think. So 11, 19, 21, because he also buffs himself and Rune Mage. That's not enough, even with Leader. I think I did my math correctly here, so we just pass. It's a good pass. I think the Sensei should be at 11, if I didn't miscalculate. Oh no, actually Rune Mage buffed him, right? He's at 12, so it's enough. Or 13 even? Oh, because of Iris too. Yeah, I forgot the Iris and Rune Mage buffs. Our opponent still has to leader, which is not good for him. That's his last leader. So it's fine. Yeah, I forgot about this buff and also this buff from like Rune Mage buffing then says with the Muta generator. But it's fine still. I mean, opponent has to spend the last leader here, which is very awkward. Oh, he's gonna take the tile or what? Or is he gonna just save the leader? He's taking the tie. I mean, sure. I don't mind. With 2 cards up, we have this big fat Francesca. Unsays is gone, so he can't Viraxas the Unsays anymore. So the Viraxas is kind of harmless, I would say. I mean, you can use Francesca to replay Necker now. Might as well, why not? I'm just gonna start with this, I guess. Why not? The unit to buff with an orb. Yeah, I mean, we are chilling here. That is a very good situation. Opponent did keep the harvest for now in hand. Yeah, this is very good for me. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna have any problems since outpointing the Erland. Okay, opponent is a skilled individual and rolls a sorceress. Congrats.
Nie widziałeś jeszcze, co potrafię.
Okay, I'm gonna necro the... Should I necro Seer or Sorceress? I think I necro Sorceress here. Do I leader this card? Let's do display first. I definitely leader the Whisperer to play around Shupe for damage. Like, opponent could buff this card with Radeya, so I'm not sure I want to waste a leader on her. But he could also roll like Circle of Life or Waylay now to combine it with Shupe for damage. Although maybe that's fine for me. Because like I'm gonna have to play a special next anyway. Okay, he's going for it. And at least that... Like now I could just drop the Francesca because opponent has to play Erland next and then we get to play Francesca earlier. and then actually potentially utilize the engines we get more efficiently. So yeah, I'm just gonna play Francesca here. Opponent has to play the Erland now, and he's not gonna have an answer for this Francesca anyway. After he plays the Erland, so he can drop the orb now. And then we go for the double necker. Like, the only answer would be like a heat wave, but I don't think that deck can fit a toll removal like that. Unless you cut Radeya, I would have to cut Radeya for it. Yeah. Last card is just Radeya. Alright, let's see if we get there. Double necker, here we go. Nice, very good to get an engine on the first roll. Doesn't really matter. Sorceress is fine.
Czarka wody, by cię utopić.
Which specials do I still... Oh, I don't have more specials, I guess. Should have maybe molded the runestone then. Should I go for Alzur or something else? Maybe for Whisperer? Okay, not the best rolls here, but doesn't really matter too much. Let's win pretty comfortably. I guess I had to move the runestone, but I was worried. I'm gonna break an artifact instead. But well, we win anyway, quite comfortably. I wonder if I should have played around the Shupe destroying the Whisperer, but I don't think so. Like, my assumption was that if my opponent just doesn't randomly charm like a big unit, I should always win, and I guess it was correct. Alright, well, let's jump into the next game then. Alright, in our second game we are against Elves. Not sure about this matchup, but Elves also don't really have too much control. Although I could struggle with something like Heist if my opponent plays it. But usually you would play Heist with Cursed Scroll, so I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm gonna mulligan one Whisperer because you don't want to use both of them round one usually. And then the hand is honestly pretty fine. I might mull Alzur because you want to pull him with the Kree ideally. So hopefully no Heist. Heist would be an issue for me. Hopefully it's just normal Elves. That's probably sticky situation. So hopefully Danka buffs anything that isn't Francesca here. Good. It's probably incinerating. Alright, let's just play the south. I mean, I'm gonna have to play into the sticky at some point. Maybe let's just play the harvest to proc the sticky and incinerating combo now. And then I don't have to worry about it and I can play my Sears. Okay, it's kind of a shame. But I don't think I can take it. Like, this should be incinerating. The way opponent played. Yeah. Like, I would love to take a Whisperer there, but it doesn't make any sense. It was like 99% incinerating. So, we just take the Trickster, it's fine. I mean, it doesn't appear like opponent is playing Heist, so the Trickster will actually get nice value. I'm gonna play the Seer, then I'm gonna keep the second Seer, I think, because it's kinda slow and also it's pretty buffed right now, so... Okay, opponent spends a lock on this. That's really good for me. Now, do I pass. With this deck, you don't really mind going cards down sometimes. But I would have to go maybe a few cards down here is the problem. Like if I play Sorceress here, then I could play the Whisperer, then play the Orb. That should be enough. It's like 4, 7, 11, 15. Then Whisperer procs 19, then Whisperer procs again 23. And then whatever card I get from Sork, let's say like 5 points, 28. And then I can leader. So I'm a card down going into round 3. Or I would have to push 2 cards down. I think that's fine. I think that's better than passing. Like, I overswarm in a long round, so I think I want to bleed. Elves also overswarm, I guess. Okay, opponent doesn't even consider passing here. Now, that is crazy. But I think I keep playing for the same reason. Like, nothing really changed on this turn for me. I can still take it in 2 cards. Yeah, we play this. And this. Should I leader this to try to get an orb? I don't think so. Is this enough? This is 7, 11, yeah. Go 2 cards down. And we have 2 orbs in the graveyard. We can slam the Alzur pretty much instantly. Okay, yeah, we want like a full engine hand here, I think. I might mulligan the Sorceress, because I mean, ideally I would find Decree or Necker here. Necro is also good, to be fair. Okay, maybe we keep this. Yeah, let's keep this. I'm gonna open with Johnny, I think. We want to push. First of all, Elves can be scary if they set up like a full board of Deadeyes fast with like the potential Verno board wipe, right? But let's play this, see if he has a toll removal. And second of all, I'm gonna overswarm in a long round, and that's not really good for me. Let's see if he has the toll punish here. He does. Okay. That's fine. I'm gonna play the Whisperer now. Buff her. Okay, so like full leader Yavin, I guess, or something like that. And now I think I go Necro. Or I could decree into Alzur. I guess we decree into Alzur, but then I could miss Necker. I could also just go Necro and a Whisperer. That might be better, honestly. Like, Whisperer is also very strong here. And then we could potentially go Necker and try to either 2-0 or at least like bleed a lot of cards out of my opponent. He shouldn't be able to kill 2 sorceresses at once. Just plays a trap here. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the Necker. With 2 Whisperers on board, it just seems correct. We get Siri too, and an Orb, which is great, honestly. Let's take the Fog. I'm just gonna pass. Like, look at by how many points we're up here. That's what I mean, that this deck doesn't mind going cards down. If you have a good setup in the graveyard, and you're against a deck that doesn't have much removal, you can do something like this, right? And like, if I went into long run, I would just overswarm my board, so it makes no sense. It's just better to push 2 cards down. And now, even if opponent gets there, I think I should just have enough with the Siri carryover, 2 leaders as well, to win round 3. But let's see. I mean, if opponent has like a crushing trap here or something, he could catch up. Hopefully not in 2 cards though. This is a crashing, yeah. Hits the row with the shield, which is good for me, I think. Minus 2 points this round. This is probably Deception. But it doesn't flip until, yeah. Like if opponent wants to use it for full value with Verno and Isengrim, then he has to flip it now just for 2 Deadeyes. Yeah, I don't think even full leader Verno is enough. Full leader is like 12, then he has 8 Deadeyes. So Verno is 21, assuming he doesn't low roll, like hitting odd units. So that's 33, that's not enough because of the fog. What about Isengrim? 12, then 10 Elves, 16, yeah, that's also not enough. Yeah, he knows it. He still is gonna have 2 leaders. I don't know why he just didn't leader before. I mean, he's not gonna have to full leader, but he's definitely gonna have to spend like some leaders here. I think 2 leaders is enough, because that's 8 and then 17. Yeah, 2 leaders is enough with Verno. So I mean, we pretty much get out everything. Let's see how many times he hits the Siri. 0, yeah. I mean, we should win here. We pretty much bled out everything. We have 8 points of Siri carryover. We have 2 more points from our leader charges as well than he does. And we still have like some power, right? Like we have the Sarah. Alzur doesn't really do anything. I don't think... Oh, I have 1 orb actually. Alzur could do something. I don't think I value the Aguara. I mean, I would rather just have a special. Should I? I guess I keep Alzur over Sarah then. We were guaranteed to get a card that gets a special here, and then we get the orb out, so... So we go for Harvest now. Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna take this, because opponents shouldn't play archers from the deck, and if he plays a backup plan, then it's better to take this card instead of a 5, because then he could high roll an archer from a backup plan. Okay, now we play the Alzur. And then we finish with the Runestone, pulling out the orb, and the south as well. Yeah, there's the backup plan. I guess I could have maybe buffed this to play around an archer, but it doesn't really matter. We're not losing to that anyway, so who cares? Yeah, GG. Another nice win. Yeah, doesn't really matter. We win by 19 points here. Quite a big difference. So yeah, as you can see from this game, sometimes it's fine to do to go 2 cards down like that. Because if you get a good setup with multiple engines to push in round 2, then you might just, yeah, force everything out of your opponent and then win round 3 with Siri, South, and Orb carryover. Let's jump into the last game then. Alright, in our last game we are against the Shupe Erland guy again. I was queuing for such a long time that I actually matched this guy again, which is funny. Oh well. We are on blue coin this time, so at least you will get a perspective of this matchup from a different coin. So I move this Scepter, of course, Runestone, I think. I don't want too many specials. And do I want to mull Harvest as well? Yeah, I think so. Nice, Sorceress is great here. No Dunka though. That's fine. I'm gonna open with the sorceress. We might as well buff her, I guess. We'll always buff her anyway. Then I think I'm gonna go for like Seer and then an orb. Or like Seer and Whisperer and then the orb.
Musisz ją wygnać. Nie widzę innej drogi, panie.
I commit Johnny ever as well? Not sure. Okay, I don't think I want to play that deep into the rounds, because I just let him get more Muta generator value. I kinda want to play enough though to get first and Seis out. Also depends what opponent will get from the temple. I mean, last time he got a Viraxas, so forcing and Seis out was pretty crucial. Let's see what happens this time. Gerhard, War Elephant, and Visogota. Okay, Visogota is useless. Gerhard is good though. Because he can also float a Gerhard potentially in this matchup. If I have to like waste a lock or on something else. Alright, let's go for the Whisperer. I'm gonna click, nice. Very skilled here. Like I could consider passing. Or like playing Siri and passing. Or playing the second orb and passing. Maybe it's better to just pass, but let's see what opponent does here. The thing is, do I win long round? I can't answer the Erland. An opponent can't really answer too many of my engines, but I might overswarm. He just answers like John and Sarah, that might be enough. I could also play Saov in the grave, put Saov in the graveyard now. I mean, here Anseis is at max power pretty much. 1422. Opponent would have to waste a leader. I'm gonna pass. I think I can win the long run, and it's better to pass early if opponent decides to bleed me. So that he gets less Muta generator value. I was considering playing the Siri, but if opponent just has a Pelard, it's also not great. Now, like, he still needs a lot of points here, right? Like, how is he gonna do it? I guess Radeya back row is enough. I'll try to high roll and Rune Mage, but you would need to high roll pretty hard. You could play Rune Mage and then play a 4P card front row, and it might be enough. Let's see. I'm always hesitant about passing with this deck like that, because overswarming is an issue, but... I do think it works out in my favor here. Yeah, we get the Radeya out, it's enough. And then does get to keep the Anseis. The question is he gonna bleed me? Probably not, he's probably just gonna take the long run. I also don't give him time to play the Iris combo, right? It's another upside. I mean, maybe there was an argument to play like one more card to make it harder for him to like catch up. But then he could maybe just slam and size and bleed me like only a card down or something. Not sure. I bricked the necker, shouldn't matter. Gonna put this and salve in the graveyard like this. I don't think I'm even aiming to replay Necker. I mean, opponent has an unsafe anyway in the first place. I want to mull Alzur here. Oh. Not happy to see all these specials again. Not gonna lie. Okay, let's start with Sorceress. I'm not gonna buff her. If she wants to take Shupe deal for damage, that's fine. I'm more scared about a potential seize. Okay, opponent's just playing the Rune Mage. Fair. Next turn I'm gonna go for Johnny and then we will go for the Queen to Alzur, I think. Would be an incinerating trap. That's very annoying, actually. Because if it's an like, why would you take this trap, right? And maybe it's a crashing. Opponent expects me to play Alzur, but I think that's unlikely. I mean, maybe I just drop the Francesca. It's just gonna get unsazed anyway. Like, I'm gonna buff her to play around Sentient Knight. Opponent could take the Shupe to destroy this, but I don't really mind. That's fine with me. I'm not gonna buff the Sorceress here. This Francesca is just gonna replay an orb here anyway for now. And yeah, I do want to play the Johnny before the Alzur, because we lose a lot of Johnny procs if I play him later. So... the opponent takes the Sunsays. That's fine. Let's play the Johnny now. Let's keep him at 5. This deck doesn't play oils. No reason to buff the Johnny here. Opponent has a Gerhard. What was it? War Elephant and Visogota. I mean, maybe we can lock the Gerhard with Aguara from Necker if I get lucky. As I still want to decree the Alzur, so I could also maybe snipe him with a Johnny if opponent floats it. Okay, opponent takes the Shupe. Is he gonna lock the Johnny or answer the Sorceress? Like, the Sorceress is here kind of as a bait. I don't mind if opponent answers it. Oh, he's going for the random destroy. High rolls the Johnny, that's very annoying. Opponent getting very lucky here. But oh well. Go for the Alzur. Okay, solid rolls. Pretty solid rolls, yeah. Nothing spectacular, but very solid, I would say. I think I'm gonna hold this Sorceress. I mean, opponent can't really answer her. I might as well hold it for an engine I get from the Necker. Like, the bad part about drawing so many specials is my Land of 1,000 Fables is bricked. Like, it's so annoying. Like, I keep drawing all these specials all the time. It's very annoying, honestly. Like, I don't know. But I needed to move the Alzur, or it could get answered. Or maybe I just needed to bait down saves and just move a special like I'm supposed to. I don't know. Okay, it's fine. We can still win. Let's go for the... Should I go for the Necker now? Yeah, let's go for it. Nice. Get a Whisperer. I'm gonna take another sorceress.
Wysoko pod niebo. Esea delien and
Sarah would have been better, I guess, than Whisperer, but Whisperer is still solid, even though I'm gonna have to stack the back row a bit, because we're gonna run out of space otherwise.
Szach.
And now we have exactly enough space. I'm just not gonna play the land. So it's fine. I think I just get an orb. Okay. Yeah, Sarah would have been so good here. Like, missing the Sarah is huge here. An opponent high rolling this Shupe on the Johnny as well. I hope it doesn't decide the game. This is a big deal, honestly. At least maybe we're gonna high roll this into like a Sork or a Seer. Or this, that's also very good.
To by się zgadzało.
I have a lot of points here. Even despite the brick and despite missing the Sarah and opponent rolling the Shupe on the Johnny, we might still be fine. I mean, this Erland is pretty big, but I don't think it should be that big, right?
Przestrzegamy zarówno etosu, jak i ślubów rycerskich.
Okay. I'm not gonna get the death blow. We're unlikely to get a special that buffs a unit, so... Gerhard for like a reset is not even that much better than just playing it on a pact. The best Gerhard opponent could play is Gerhard on Tremors, I guess. There's the War Elephant. Okay, let's see what I get from this. I mean, that's a 6, sure.
Najłatwiejszą częścią tej roboty jest robienie śladu.
And it has Gerhard left and I guess some random bronze. Maybe I should have played around the Centurion Knight. It's like one of the better bronze this opponent could have here, I guess. Like it plays for 7 points. 9 even, actually. I mean, it's probably just gonna take a Priestess, it seems. Which also makes sense. Go to Gerhard. It's fine. Okay, how big is this Erland? I don't think it's big enough, right? Gerhard reset plays for 8. Tremors is a 6 Picard, yeah. This Erland is pretty small, only plus 31. So Gerhard reset plays for 8. I guess, yeah, Will of the Wisp is also worth 8. I think he should have played Sorceress Priestess first, if that's his last card. Although, how does Priestess work with casting contest, actually? Does it get all the charges back? I'm not actually sure. Okay, gets Will of the Wisp. Yeah, this Priestess should never be enough. It's a close game, but we did get pretty unlucky, like breaking the Land of a Thousand Fables. the Johnny getting removed, missing the Sarah, which would be amazing. So we beat him again. That's gonna be it for this episode. Yeah, I've been queuing for so long. Like, honestly, the queues between these games were taking like 15 minutes. So we actually got the same opponent twice in the same episode, which I don't think happened before. Or at least I don't recall that. But oh well. I'm gonna finish here. Because recording took so long with the few time that I don't really have time for additional games. I hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.